Hey guys, today I have another really nice cigar that I haven't had, but I've really been wanting to try. This is CAO MX2. I'm not sure I've ever reviewed a CAO before, but I've had one or two CAOs. The first one I had was a bad experience because the store I bought it from was had such terrible conditions. I was a newbie, so I couldn't really tell, but the cigar was probably there for years. It was the last one in the box. It was hidden in the corner. The cellophane it had was like a dark brown from being there so long. It was dry. It was hard as a brick. It was like ash. You would when I cut the cigar, it was just like powder. So it was terrible. But I'm gonna give that cigar a second try. And that was CAO Italia. But yeah, this is the CAO MX2. A lot of people like the cigar. It's MX2, which stands for Maduro times 2. It has two Maduro layers. I would have said wrappers, but it has one wrapper. It has this is the Robusto 5x52. It's a beautiful dark, really dark color. You can tell right off the bat it's a Maduro. I wish you guys could smell it. It smells heavenly. It smells amazing. Really nice, and the foot smells great. It has a real spicy foot. Real nice dark tobacco. Same color as the wrapper. This has tobacco from 6 countries. The wrapper is Connecticut broadleaf, Maduro, and then the binder is also Maduro. It's a Brazilian Maduro, and then the filler is Dominican, Honduran, Nicaraguan, and Peruvian. So multinational cigar from 6 different countries, like CAO usually does. They're kind of like the first ones to start experimenting with tobacco from many different countries and blending them together and getting a very interesting products out of it. So I'm gonna use my yellow flame. It smells so great. I wish you guys could smell it. They say this one is chocolatey and spicy. Pretty much everywhere I look and everyone I ask says the same thing about it. They say it's medium to full. They say it's full body. But I'll let you guys know what I get out of it. I've been wanting to try this for a very long time, and so it's been in this one. I got more recently than the first one I got, which is still in my box. I'm gonna save that one. So if I like this one, I'll have another one that's very nicely aged, and yeah, these are priced very well. You can get a box of this size, at least from Corona Cigar Co. A box of 20 for less than $100, for around 89, if I'm not mistaken. So they're very inexpensive. Usually CAOs are inexpensive, but for a lot of people they're hit or miss, kind of like Gurkha. But I don't know, they're a very interesting company for me. They're very innovative. They were kind of the first ones to start, making new, when they came out, yearly bringing out new cigars. They were like the first ones to start bringing out new cigars yearly, many at a time. And then back then, when Toraño used to make the cigars for them, they would bring out new cigars all the time. Every year, just bring out a whole bunch of new cigars every year, new lines. And before anybody really did that, I mean, before that, people would have the cigars that they knew people liked, and they would just keep making them over and over and over. And it would be years before they made anything new. And but these guys were the first ones, CAO, to really start, innovating and making new cigars all the time. And they were pretty much the first ones to start making cigars with tobacco from all over the place combined and experimenting. And it paid off. So eventually now they make their own cigars. Toraño doesn't make them anymore. And Toraño became, its own really big company, which I also really like. So CAO's very interesting as a company. As you guys can see, I got a perfect light on it. That's why it's worth taking your time and toasting it, with a natural flame. It's worth it. Well, right now it's really mellow. I'm not getting not even medium body. No spice right off the bat, it's different. it feels like I just drank whole milk. It leaves like a milky film. It's really smooth and creamy and milky. And it kind of gives the impression of chocolate with no sugar. Because I'm not getting any sweetness, but it's like I just had like a real thick, rich chocolate milk, like whole milk, without the sweetness. Real mellow. I'm getting a really light, very subtle, almost non-existent spice here in the background, but it's extremely weak. No pepper whatsoever, so that's different. I'm getting a good amount of smoke. The draw's pretty tight, but it's not bad. It's not too tight. It's not unsmokable or anything. You guys can see I'm smoking it very nicely. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the band. It's real nice. It's kind of like a double band, but there's a little connector in the middle, and then there's a gap. It's real cool. It just says CAO in silver. It's very lightly embossed. Has a silver edge, and there says MX2, Maduro ×2. Has a really nice color, and how it smells pre-lit is great. Very mellow. I wouldn't say it's even medium body. But that'll probably open up. Get a little bit more body to it. So far, very smooth. Very smooth. I'm getting some cream, like some buttery cream. Some real soft chocolate, like a whole milk. Real nice so far. And a tiny bit of pepper. I mean spice. I'm not getting any pepper at all. Not a little, not a lot, zero pepper so far, which I like. That's different. Pretty much every cigar you have has some pepper in it. Not every cigar, but most cigars out there. You get the impression when you draw and the smoke is going in, you feel how smooth and creamy it is. It really is kind of like really thick natural whole milk, just real cloy and nice and smooth, creamy. I can't say I've ever experienced that with any other cigar. Very nice so far. Just real mellow. So far, this would go, in my opinion, I haven't had it yet, but this with a nice coffee, with a cappuccino, would go great, or a macchiato. Perfect pairing for a nice coffee, with a little bit of milk in it. Maybe even a frappe, a Greek frappe. So I'm still not getting any pepper. So for those of you guys that don't like pepper, try this out. It's advertised as medium to full, but I'm not getting anything more than mild. It's very smooth and creamy. Getting a little bit of more spice. It's real subtle, but it's real different. It's not just like a red paprika. It's a strange spice. Very unique cigar. That's the least I can say. It's very unique. Unlike anything I've had in the texture and the flavors. Yeah, sorry I'm not speaking so much, but it's really good. It's really enjoyable. I forgot that I was doing a review. It's real nice. Just real easygoing, real smooth, real mellow. Like I said, great. It would go great with a cappuccino or a macchiato. Café con leche, a frappé. Wonderful. And 10 minutes in, and here's the burn line, nearly perfect. It's burning very nicely. The draw is opened up a little bit. It's still a little bit tight, but it's not too tight. And the flavors have remained the same, just real smooth, creamy, chocolatey. Tiny bit of spice. I'm still getting, the finish is about medium. It's not too long, it's not too short. I'm still feeling a tiny bit of spice. No pepper whatsoever. So it's not giving off a lot of smoke, but that's not a big deal. I can't compare this to anything. This is in a field all its own. Can't see so well on this light, but I think it has like a double cap. Very nicely placed cap. Nicely placed cap. Nicely rolled, nice and firm, nice and tight. Everything's packed neatly in. Has a bit of tooth. It's not super smooth. Got some veins sticking out, but that's perfect. That's a good cigar. It's got a little bit of oomph to it, a little bit of an edge. A tiny bit like sandpaper. It's got a little bit. It had a little bit of oil on the wrapper too. The smoke isn't very thick, and you don't get a lot of it. It's really airy. It dissipates quickly. But you still get a lot of flavor. I think if the if the draw was a little bit looser and I gave a little bit more smoke, the body would go up a bit. The flavors would be toned up a bit. But so I'm getting like a toned down version of the cigar because the draw is a little bit tighter than it should be. But that's not the cigar. That's probably my humidity level in my humidor. So it's not the cigar's fault. I have another one, which I've been aging for months, since November, and so it'll probably fix. It'll be a little bit better condition than this one. But I'll save that for a nice occasion because this is a really nice cigar. Really enjoying it. I've only had 2 weeks since I posted the video for the March, the February. No, it's been around a month since I got this was in the February sampler for Corona Cigar Co. I made a video on it, and I've had it since then, aging. Which is a good amount of time. Still getting that delicious creaminess, just real milky, chocolatey, tiny bit of spice. Real smooth. It's like a buttercream. It's really it's something else. I've never had anything like this. Real smooth, creamy, rich, buttery, real mellow, real smooth, exceptionally smooth. It's like whole milk. It's like drinking whole milk. I'm really excited to see how this is gonna develop. If it changes in the second, third, if something will develop differently, because so far it's really, really good and extremely unique. Like I said, I can't compare this to anything. If it stays this good, I'll be satisfied. If something changes, let's see what happens. But I'll do a part 2. And again, if you guys have any reviews, let me know. I'll probably do a video and show you guys every stick that I have, even though usually all my new stuff because I made videos on it. But I'll show you guys my main humidor and the stuff I keep in there. And maybe you guys could pick something out or go look at my other videos of all the samplers I've been getting. And pick something out that you want me to review ahead of the others. And alright guys, till next time.